Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 25. It is the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve. And we're on to the last of the Advent calendars. So let's get going with that. Let's start with the tea Advent calendar. This is Bird and Blend's regular tea Advent calendar. Mostly because the Tea Lovers one was sold out when I went to buy it. So, just get on things a bit quicker next year. Although to be fair, it was the first year they've done different ones. They'd all been the same prior to that. Okay, Velvety Milk Oolong, Smooth Cocoa and Sweet Peppermint. This is the peppermint cream tea. I think this one is one I've had before. If I remember rightly, it's one I didn't mind too much, and I'm not a huge fan of mint tea when it's dried leaves. I don't mind mint tea when it's fresh mint from the garden. One I actually managed to keep the mint alive. How do I manage to kill mint? Mint's supposed to be like really easy to grow. So this is low caffeine. You can have it with milk if you want. It's an 80-degree brew, and it's 3 minutes. So yeah, I think this one, because it's one that has milk and a lot of mint teas don't. I think that might be why I didn't mind it so much. I can't remember. So we'll give that a try later. It does certainly smell very pepperminty. So yeah, so that's ready for later, and let's go back to the Crafty Kit Company Advent Calendar for our last package there. I'll be ready for the last rustling of Christmas. Oh, it's the last rustling on this channel of Christmas, because there'll be plenty of rustling tomorrow when people are opening presents. Okay, so we have our usual little ball of pre-felted stuff, and in terms of floof, we've got that olive green, a little bit of white, and a bit of orange. So let's have a little look in our booklet and see what our final kit is for. Okay, okay. So this is another owl. So we've had a big owl, and now we've got a little bitty owl, using the last of the eyes from the toolkit that came with the Advent calendar. Okay, so I've got plenty of things to keep me busy between now and the new year, and possibly quite well into the new year as well. I was never intending to sort of make each project as I opened them, because there's so much other stuff to be done in the run up to Christmas that realistically it was never going to happen. So yeah, so I've got some projects there to keep me going. I'll get on to some of them hopefully later today, but we'll see. Actually, probably not later today, thinking about it. We've got a lot of cleaning to do today. In amongst more sort of fun stuff like mince pie making. So yeah, so that's the Advent calendars. We'll see how much I get filmed today. I've got mince pies to make, I've got brandy butter to make. You never know, I might get around to prepping the veg for tomorrow, but I don't think I'll bother filming that because you don't need to see me putting crosses in the bottoms of Brussels sprouts. Making the pancake batter for breakfast tomorrow, that kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, most of what we've got to do today is cleaning so that everything is ready for the day tomorrow. So yeah, so let's get on with the day. Okay, time to make some mince pies, and we're going easy this year. Normally I'd make some short crust pastry and put ginger and cinnamon in the pastry. But this year we're going ready-made and ready-rolled. So it should only take about 20-25 minutes to make. So I'm just going to cut this out, put it in my silicone mould, and pop it in the oven. So I've got my mincemeat again, gone easy, haven't made it this year. So mincemeat is a fruit and suet mixture. Back in, I think, the Georgian days, there would have been meat and fruit in mince pies, but we do them as just fruit now, so they're a dessert. So yeah, just going to get on with that. Oh, and yes, I am wearing this year's Christmas jumper. So I knit it a size up because I didn't swatch, which is definitely the right call because it fits beautifully. And if I'd knit it according to my measurements, I don't think it would. If I'd have pinned it out when I blocked it, it might have grown a bit more, but that's fine. And yeah, I can pull the sleeves up for when I'm cooking and washing up and not cut off my circulation, so that's always a plus. Definitely made the right choice with the slower decrease rate on sleeves. It's a fitted sleeve still, but I think if I'd have gone at the one in the pattern for my arms, it would have been a little on the snug side. Okay, so mince pies. Okay, if I do 6, then I can put little lids on. They just won't be full lids, and that's absolutely fine. It's always a little awkward. I haven't oiled those. Always a little awkward getting the pastry into the silicone, because these are quite deep. And no, I probably don't need to oil silicone, but A, it helps with the colour of the pastry, and B, better safe than sorry. Just put the silicone muffin tin thing into our roasting dish because it's obviously soft, so I want something sturdy underneath it to hold it in place. I have been known to put it on the pizza tray. Trouble with that is you get a little ridge in the bottom of your pies where it hits the edge of the pizza tray. Now these are not going to be the world's neatest mince pies, but they never are when I make them from scratch, so that's absolutely fine. They will taste delicious. Oh, I should probably preheat the oven as well. In my head, I had that I'd do a dozen, so that was just silly with the amount of stuff that I've actually bought. So we'll re-roll that pastry in a minute and see how we do. So now, if I just drop you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to put my mincemeat into pastry cases. Oh, maybe wouldn't have even been able to get 12 out of this jar of mincemeat anyway, so it's fine. Again, it's because I do the deep filled mince pies, and in the past few years I've made the pastry and the mincemeat. So Trying to remember how much to buy for the easy option. It's quite a while ago. Right, so we'll re-roll this leftover pastry. See if we can get 6 lids. Probably should have dusted the chopping board. But and these should just sit on the top, so I'm not going to worry about sealing them. Which typically you would do like an egg wash and seal them in. So these should just about fit, so I'm not going to worry about doing that. What I am going to do is do the traditional 3 slits. What I'm going to do is do the traditional 3 slits in the lid. So I was always taught that these represented 3 wise men, but seeing as the 3 wise men don't get to see the baby Jesus until Epiphany, seems a little odd. Essentially they're to let the steam out, so when you do seal your mince pies, it'll let the steam out and they don't burst. I think that's the idea. But you know, it's tradition. Just going to put those in there. Obviously I've got plenty of space for the steam to come out because they're just sitting, they're not going right up to the edge of the pie. I think rustic is the term for the way most of my bakes turn out. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's the actual pie pastry bit sorted. So what I'm going to do is rummage around in my utensils and get a pastry brush. And I'm also going to grab a little dish. This is like a little dipping dish, and I'm going to put a tiny bit of milk in there. Do a milk wash. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of granulated sugar on the top. Oh, that's a bit more milk than I intended. Oops. We'll clear that up in a minute. You can do an egg wash, but I've got so few here that seems like a waste of an egg. But milk wash will be fine. I would generally do milk and egg together for most of my washes anyway. You could sprinkle over brown sugar. Demerara would work very well. I think that's normally what Mum uses, or used to use. I don't know if she still makes mince pies. So I just haven't asked her in the past couple of years if she's making mince pies. It just hasn't come up in conversation. But what will happen is the sugar will caramelise in the oven and help with that colour. we go. So I'm not going to film putting these in the oven because you're in the way. These are going to bake for about 20 minutes and then they'll be left to cool, pop in a box until tomorrow. Okay, so that's Vlogmas for another year. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all a healthy, happy and restful winter break, whatever festival you're celebrating this year. I will see you next time. But until then, happy crafting and bye-bye for now.